What happens when the mountains rumble, the town trembles, and Bob must choose between two families? This is the story of the Echo of the Peaks, the finale of Season 3, where destinies collide. The ground shook, deep and rolling like a drumbeat from the earth itself. Windows rattled, dishes fell from shelves, and the bridge quivered against its stones. Children clutched their parents. Parents shouted in panic. The cryptids froze in silence, their glowing eyes fixed on the mountains. They whispered in tones both fearful and reverent. Bob stood in the square, fur bristling, heart pounding. But what others felt as shaking, he felt as a call. It thrummed through his chest, stronger than ever before. The mountains were not just restless. They were summoning. Into the chaos stormed the rival hunter, cloak snapping in the wind. "This is it," he cried, voice sharp as steel. "The cryptids are rising. The mountains are breaking because of him." Gasps spread through the crowd. Some parents drew their children closer. Eyes turned toward Bob, eyes filled with fear, doubt, confusion. The hunter pointed, his face red with fury. "You welcomed him. You called him family. And now he brings ruin to your doors." Bob stood silently, his massive frame still, his head bowed. He was torn between defending himself and listening to the voice in the earth that called his name. The children would not stay silent. "Bob would never hurt us," they shouted, voices cutting through the noise. Their words steadied trembling hearts. But the hunter's accusations had already planted seeds of unease. The mist at the edge of the square began to shift, curling like smoke. From it a figure emerged, taller than Bob, broader, its fur streaked with silver. Gasps broke from every throat. Even the hunter staggered back, his voice faltering. A Yeti. Not a story, not a whisper, not Bob alone, another. An elder, eyes glowing with sorrow and ancient wisdom. When he spoke, the earth seemed to echo his voice. "The mountain wakes," he intoned. "The time has come. Bob must return. He is not only yours, he is ours." The town fell silent. Bob's chest heaved, eyes shimmering with unshed tears. He looked to the elder, then to the faces of the children, the families who had given him a home. The children broke first, rushing forward, clutching Bob's hands, his arms, his fur. "Don't go," they cried. "Stay with us. We need you." The elder raised a massive hand, gentle but firm. "If he does not return, the mountain will crumble. The past must be faced. The future must be protected." Bob knelt, pulling the children close against his chest. His heart split in two, torn between two worlds. The family he had found, and the family he had lost. For a long moment he held them, the fox curled tight at his side, the cryptids pressing close. Then, with a trembling breath, Bob rose to his full height. His eyes shone with quiet resolve. "I go," he rumbled softly, "for them, for you, for all." Side by side, Bob and the elder stepped into the mist. At the edge of the forest, Bob turned once more. The children cried out his name, their hands outstretched. The fox howled, mournful and fierce. The townsfolk stood frozen, unable to speak. Bob lifted one massive hand in farewell, his voice caught in his throat. Then the mist closed around him, and he was gone. They climbed the mountainside, the air cold and sharp, the earth still trembling. Through the fog, more silhouettes emerged. Broad shoulders, towering shapes, glowing eyes, not just the elder, a family, a settlement, dozens of Yetis waiting in silence, their forms blurred by mist, but their presence undeniable. Bob froze, breath catching, tears glistening in his eyes. He was not alone, not anymore, and yet the cost of finding them weighed heavy on his heart. The screen faded to black as the mountains rumbled once more. The town below waited in silence. The forest held its breath. And on the peaks, Bob's greatest journey was only beginning. If Bob's journey to the mountains left you eager for what comes next, Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe because Yeti Bob's greatest adventure has only just begun.